on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Atlanta Falcons.
Carry for T.J. Yeldon.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama, then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles. But I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
Wentz now on first down. Incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A first down carry now for Yeldon. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown, Philadelphia. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really happy you're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. And they're this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Webb. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Webb swings it out to the flat for Freeman. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is that now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Webb now. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 11 yards for number 11. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
Webb now from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one. And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused. Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain. So 2nd and 10 here. To throw is Wentz. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Wentz going to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
Wentz to throw on second down. Past the 20. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They give him a gain of 38. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the 4, it's second and goal. They'll give Yeldon another crack. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Back to the air on second down. Webb. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, Webb. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st down, it's Webb. Looking deep for Julio. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Out of the gun, it's Webb. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Open now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep it with Yeldon on 1st down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads. Took him right off his feet, right near midfield. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on that run. And while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
To throw on second down. Webb looking downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this. Often a quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, here's Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 10. Here's Wentz. A man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. Shrugs him off. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
All right, here we go. Green.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it go again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season... Because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Eluding the press. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On play action, it's Wentz. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. This will be taken at the 10. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Webb. Going down the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the gun, Webb. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Webb. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now a first down throw. Webb. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw on 2nd down, Webb. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Webb. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. The 13 yards that time of the 1st. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Ten yards still left on 2nd down. Throwing again. Webb. That's caught inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Here's Webb. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Webb to throw, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at half.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none, because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing now is Wentz. Going right side here, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now Wentz on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime we have a
right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Throwing after the interception. Webb, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. From the gun, Webb. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sharp. They give him 12 yards and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
It's a give to Freeman running right. And he gets it down to the 32. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Did they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You taking charge.
This is Coleman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And his kick here is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now Wentz. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Here's Wentz to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Wentz. Got to have this one. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Getting late here in the fourth, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Webb. Over the middle, complete. That's Sharp. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Running right, this is Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quick.
That's caught inside the 20. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence to give